What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for more BT7 profiles. I'm so happy to have my hands on these cards. So excited to have my hands on these cards. The game is so insanely fun now that we're in BT7. I have looked forward to this format for so long. We finally have it in America, and we can get into these cards physically. So we're going to go ahead and start with the babies. 1 Pagumon and 4 Dorimon. Dorimon is your baby start, where when one of your effects places a Digivolution card, draw a card underneath this card. That's basically what a lot of this deck focuses on, is putting cards underneath. Now, just like Black in the last couple of formats, it doesn't feel as strong as I really would like it to be, because it's a lot of 1 and 2 stack boards where you focus on 1 stack and then you're working on a second as your opponent's basically blown out that first stack. Now that does kind of suck, and that seems like a little pessimistic on it, but that's kind of how Black has worked. The deck really is fun, but until we get the stuff in BT8 and BT9 coming in the next few months, the deck is not going to be at full strength to what the deck can really do. And I've seen what it can do at BT9's format at X record, and it's so much fun. And when that comes out, I will absolutely be showing that profile off to you guys. One other thing I do want to preface before we actually get into this, you guys are going to be noticing a lot of 2-ofs. That is just because it's personal preference, as well as there's a couple of things that price-wise skyrocketed before this profile came out that I was completely just unable. Be honest with you guys, I was so focused on picking up everything for Max Rarity Red, I was unable to pick up things for Black. So I'm actually going to go over kind of what things should be, for where I really think what I wanted the deck to be. So we're going to be doing our 2-ofs real quick. These are Chumon and Tsunarizamon and Chikurimon. Honestly, with how the deck runs, I would honestly just cut the Chikurimon and pick up and play 1 more Tsunariza and 1 more Chumon in place of the 2 Chikurimon. But Tsunarizamon's price went from $15. And last I looked, they were $48 piece. And where I was picking up everything for red, I wasn't paying $50 for a promo. So as of the moment, this is kind of our 2-of line for our level 3s. But again, these would go away for 1 and 1 more, just as is. And then we are playing 4 of the Toy Agumon, because Reboot is still such a strong game mechanic. Turning things into Reboot blockers is absolutely nuts. And then 4 of our absolutely gorgeous, and even as a fan of red, you guys are going to hear me talk about it a ton. This is personally my favorite art from the new set. It's insane seeing Dex Dorugoramon, Dorugamon, and then the Alphamon, all in the background, as well as seeing the X-antibody in him. The card is just insanely gorgeous. But he is your searcher, as well as when one of your Digimon effects place a Digivolution card under this, you gain a memory. So with Dorimon, you're going to gain a memory and draw a card. So really, really strong. Level 4s. We are playing 3 Grumblemon. We are playing a good few Tamers to where we can actually sacrifice a couple for end game boards. Since we're not really hybrid focused, we don't need a ton. But these can actually end games. Now against blue, these are not as strong because, well, you can't really attack or block when you have no sources with blue, but since this is still a 1 Evo, the card's still really, really strong, at least in my opinion there. And then we have 4 of the Darugamon. While you have another Digimon in play with X-antibody, or a card with X-antibody and its traits, he gains blocker, so more blocker, as well as, while it has X-antibody under level 5 and higher, it gains plus 1,000. So really, really good. Our level 5s, we're playing a pretty low amount of level 5s, to be honest with you. And that's just because we're trying to keep it simple. 2 Warumonzimon and 2 Megadramon. At some point since my last black profile of playing blocker, I can't literally find my other copies of Megadramon. Truth be told. Like, cannot find them. I have no clue what happened to them. But Warumonzimon is still a really, really strong black level 5, 2 cost, and then your Megadramon is going to turn everything into blockers. So these would honestly just be 4 Megadramon right here. To turn everything into blockers. And then we were playing 4 Doru Greymon. This card is absolutely nuts. When Digivolving, you can place a black card with X-antibody and its traits from your hand into the bottom of this, which is going to trigger like Dorumon's effects, Dorimon's effects, as well as other effects if you've got them going. And then for your level 6s, if it has X-antibody, it gains +1 security attack. So insanely strong. Our level 6s, 3 Alphamon. We all already know what Alphamon does. He was doing really well last format with the Black Royal Knights. And then we are playing 4 of the new Dorugamon. He is actually still only a 3-cost Evo, which is awesome. And during your turn, for each Digimon with X-antibody and its traits in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, he gains 1,000, which is going to kick off your Sunarizamon's effects really hard. As well as when attacking, you can place 1 card with X-antibody and its traits to delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with the same play cost as that Digimon, which is really cool because when you attack with him, you use his effect, then place this, then you delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with play cost 8 or lower, is really strong. So he is really amazing. Then we are going to be playing 2 level 7s, Omnimon Alter S and Omnimon Zwart. Alter S, in my opinion, is going to be one of the strongest level 7s in this format and going forward into future formats. Because like with blue and against yellow, everything plays level 4s so fast. And getting this onto the table, being able to just reduce your opponent's entire board by playing him is absolutely amazing. And then the one of Omnimon's Wart is actually really good as well, being able to pull your X-antibodies, Evo on top of them immediately and just keep going. And especially with how fast like Doru Goramon, when he swings, gets to replay more stuff underneath is really awesome. Tamers, we are playing 4 Kota. He is your memory setter, as well as you get to reveal 4. You're getting your X-antibodies, so he's more searching. And then we are playing 2 Izzy and Joe and 2 Black Memory Boosts, just to really fuel that memory, to just make a ton of blowout plays. But that's the deck profile, guys. Honestly, at the moment, I would more call this an outline for people. So keep that in mind. It's a really, really fun deck. But it more than anything right now, because I'm missing a couple of things, it's going to be more of an outline for you guys to kind of really build off of. So I really give you guys my opinions of what things would be, to where what I would actually really like for a couple of cards to be if I just didn't want to spend $50 on a promo. And for people that are looking for a little bit more budget options, you definitely could play, instead of the Sunarizaman, which is really hard because he is such an insane card for this deck. You honestly could play Hagurumon because he's a 2-cost play, which can fuel immediately into going into like, Darugamon and your Doru Greymons faster. So for more budget players out there, you could easily play that. Or if you don't have those, instead of getting rid of Chikurimon, play 4 Chikurimon to do more control towards your opponent. Is definitely something I would say. So that's the profile, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you hit that sub button for more stuff, because I've got a ton of stuff coming in this format. So I will catch you guys later. Peace, guys.